Hi guys, Squirrel here, back with some Trucking Diaries EU, and if you remember, we are in Lublin, good old Lublin. Now then, we've got a little mission. I've decided on my next truck. My next truck is going to be the Scania 4 series from RJL, and the thing about it is there's a couple of problems before we can get the new truck. One of them is the location. So if we look at the Scania dealer, there's one up here. In Gdansk. I happen to know that there's one over in Dresden, and I think there's one down here in Timisoara, however you say that, I don't know. The other problem is the money side of things. I've only got 45 grand, and even to get the most basic Scania 4 is going to cost about 52. So I need to do a little bit of driving, and then we can pick up a new Scania. So what I thought we'd do is we'd try and kind of head towards one of the Scania dealers and hope... Oh yeah, here's the other thing. If we have a look at the company manager and then the driver manager, if you remember, Will is starting to bring in a little bit of money, but Tina is doing absolutely nothing. So my hope is that she's going to start pulling her weight in a minute, because she's done absolutely nothing so far. This guy's done a couple of jobs and made some tidy... Actually, that's pretty weird, isn't it? Profit per day is 500. He's done 2 jobs at 1,600 profit. Is he driving really slowly? Maybe he just kind of stops and smiles at everybody. Right, let's have a look at a job, and hopefully Tina can bring some money in as well, and we can make some money. Let's see where they're all going. Okay, so that one goes through Gdansk, but then carries on. Kind of goes up to places we've already been, so it's not especially useful. Let's see where else we can go. Okay, this one heads down towards... Flowers, 3 tons of flowers. Maple syrup goes all the way over to near Dresden. That'll pack in 11,800. That's not bad, actually. Veal, 26 tons of veal for 11k. Roll claw. Depends how much money we want to make before we actually get there. That's the thing. I hate those trailers, though. Those really small trailers. Maple syrup. 8 tons. How far is it? 500 k's. Paying almost 12,000. Maybe that's worth taking. On the way, we could actually pick up a couple of cities as well. Let's do that. Let's jump in. What time is it? 12:35. Okay, let's get the side lights on. I'll have to leave the overlay up because there is no built-in sat-nav. Okay, is this the way out? Yeah. I believe so. Or maybe not. Oh, I remember. We got over this crazy bridge, haven't we? Actually, we can go out that way. We can just go out this way. Wouldn't you know it? Here's the pickup point. How super convenient. And I'm guessing that's our trailer right over there. Lovely. Okay, so if this brings in about 12k, and my other drivers bring in a little bit of money, we'll just about have enough for a Scania 4. Right, I have got the mod. I'm beginning to like the mod. You know, the one that turns off the green flashing markers. I'm actually getting pretty decent at it as well. With the drop-offs. I don't know if they modified the trailer, the mod or not, but it now shows like an X underneath. It's, you know, normally you get the kind of flashing green thing to drop your trailer off. Whereas now what you do is you get a couple of uprights at the back when you're supposed to drop it off. And when you pick it up, I should have showed you, you get like an X on the floor that marks the one that you're supposed to pick up. Now I don't know if that was there before and I just never spotted it, but it's there now, and it certainly makes things pretty straightforward when it comes to pick up and drop off. Okay, looking good. We'll keep it in third. Actually, that speed bump wasn't so bad. Normally they're super aggressive and you can't... It actually throws the chassis up and down pretty aggressively, but that one was fine. Nice timing lights. Okay, how heavy was this load? 8 tons. Pretty lightweight. Whoops. Wrong gear. There we go. So let me just lean over the... There we go, that's better. I was just turning the volume down on the game a little bit loud for me. You won't hear any difference. Okay, so this is the first Trucking Diaries in probably about 2 weeks' time, I think. Yep, the series is still going strong. The American Trucking series is... I'm going to do a video... Whoa, pal. I'm going to do a video on that shortly. Word on the streets is that... wow. Okay, wrong gear hype. Okay, that's not working. Sorry about this. I completely threw the wrong shifter there and stuck it into the wrong gear. Whenever I come back to this Scania 143, the shifting always throws me slightly, based on what I've been driving previously. Actually, the Scania 4 series that I'm going to pick up is, I think the first one I can get is like an 8 or 9 speed box. So I'm going to have even fewer gears to play with. I do like these posters here. 1,399 for a laptop was that. I don't even know what currency that is. So yeah, word on the street is that obviously SCS are brewing things, whatever they're brewing. They're obviously brewing the American truck rescale. On the Euro truck, I think, like, the rumour mill's obviously going around, so who knows what's actually going to happen, but the rumour mill is going around for the France DLC, which, I'll be honest with you, if that's what they're going to drop, that scares me. And the reason it scares me is because the France DLC, the France DLC obviously is going to conflict with Pro Mods, like, there's no doubt about it. And that means, you know, when it comes out, we're going to be looking at a couple of weeks where my Pro Mods doesn't work, which is going to be painful. I do notice these days that most updates to Euro Truck or to American Truck that come out tend to cause a lot of mods to break. Which is fine to an extent. Like, if they're basically rebuilding things under the hood, as it were, necessary stuff, that's cool, people can take that, but if every release is going to break mods, then that's going to get really painful. And we all know that obviously mods are not officially supported by the game, blah blah blah. It even says that in the mod screen, you know. We don't support this stuff if you use mods, fine. But nevertheless, the game's moddable. And the fact that the game's moddable means that we can still play it, you know, and enjoy ourselves because the trucks are there and the maps are there and the trailers are there and everything else is there. You know, even right now, look out the window, I'm running an autumn mod, which is making the leaves look, you know, brown and slightly fallen off because, well, hey, it's autumn, funnily enough, where I live. But not every release of Euro Truck used to break the mods, but the last few releases certainly have. Like when they did the wheels and that broke everything, the wheel nuts, when they brought that in. Broke all the tyre mods and the wheel mods, which is fair enough because it made things better. progress. Okay, we can take that. But every time we have a map DLC, it breaks our pro mods and whatever map mods we're using. And it's a bit painful, because playing in an expanded world and then suddenly you have to not play in an expanded world, it's a bitter pill. Just look at the sky up there. Is that a... about to say, is that a bird or is it a plane? But then there, it's a bird. Then I started thinking about the Superman quote. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I would expect something before Christmas. We're already in sort of mid to late October. So let's assume we're going to get a DLC drop before Christmas. So maybe November, who knows. But yeah, I mean, people say to me, like, there's a couple of people who've wandered in the stream lately and gone, Squirrel, do you actually still enjoy playing this game? I'm like, dude, I've been playing this game for 3.5 years. Yes, I'm still enjoying it. I still enjoy trucking. I still enjoy driving around. If we didn't have mods, I'm not sure that would be the case, but we do have mods. And it keeps it all fresh. As I've said before, the American truck mod market is not as mobile as the European one, so that's a bit of a pain. Kind of means the American truck game is getting a little bit stale. I don't think I'm the only one to sort of feel that. I think a lot of people feel that. Things just aren't moving. Whoa, speed limit change. Things just aren't moving as well as we hoped on the American truck front. But, you know, I'm still hopeful that once the rescale's done, I'm hopeful that they're going to bring out another state. A rescale in a brand new state, that would be nice. That'd certainly give us more to drive in. But yeah, it is what it is. Still, people enjoying Sunday night trucking, so that's good. Every Sunday night, we drive trucks. And we have fun. So I thought today, how many miles have we got left? We've got 400 k's left. Yeah, I thought today we'd talk about something. Something important, I guess. You may or may not have noticed that a few weeks ago, well, actually not a few weeks ago. It was a few weeks ago when I made it public, but it was 4 weeks before that when I cancelled my contract with G2A. As I'm sure you've been aware, I was sponsored by G2A, and I used to have the logos on my channel and on my stream, and also in the video description I had links to G2A stuff. No more. Not anymore. If you look at my channel now, you won't see any G2A stuff, and I'm not sponsored by them. I cancelled my contract with them. Now, some of you will say it's about time. Some of you will say, oh, okay. And some of you will say, why? Well, we need to take a little bit of background to answer that question. First of all, I'm not going to sort of take a pop at G2A or anybody else. In fact, they're an ex-sponsor of mine, and, you know, apart from the fact I would like to remain professional, which basically means I don't, you know, I'm careful what I say, let me put it that way. I'm careful what I say about past and present sponsors. G2A, the reason I cancelled my G2A contract was mostly because of what I learned about a marketplace. Now this isn't only G2A's marketplace. Let me be very, very clear about this. G2A operate a marketplace, but they're not the only ones. Okay, now you may have read in the news or in the websites and the press and the blogs and Reddit and all the rest of it. G2A early this year got into a lot of heat with a development company, and there's loads of articles you can go and read up all about it. I won't bore you with the details, but the bottom line is that They were accused of a number of things. They responded to a number of things, and it's true to say, like, some of it's conjecture, some of it can't be proved, some of it can, but it's true to say that G2A operates a marketplace for game keys. Like, that's just a fact. But they're not the only one, and that's a fact as well. It's also a fact to say that in any marketplace, in any game key marketplace, there are people that sell keys fraudulently. And what do I mean by that? I mean, they will obtain keys by various methods. Could be sort of region lock type stuff. It could be using stolen credit cards, whatever it is. And they put them on the marketplaces and they sell them. Now, this is no different to something like, say, eBay, where people will sell stolen property on eBay, and you may inadvertently buy stolen property on eBay. You have no way of knowing. You know, if you happen to buy, I don't know, a monitor for your computer, doesn't come with a box or manual, just comes as it is, bubble wrapped, who's to say that wasn't stolen from a property somewhere? You know, you saw it going cheap, you got yourself a bargain, you're happy, the seller's happy, the person who's not very happy is the person who had it stolen, but you have no way of knowing that you've kind of bought some stolen property. It's pretty much impossible to track. That's the fact. That's just the world we live in. It's the same with the marketplace. There are keys that are purchased on a marketplace, game keys that are not legitimately there. You know, they shouldn't be there. Yes, you can when you buy with G2A on their marketplace, you can get the G2A shield. Yes, you can do that, and for an extra $1, they will protect you against your purchase. So if it goes wrong, you know, they'll replace it, blah blah blah. And as a consumer, you know, quite often you'll have a bit of a fight on your hands proving that the key was invalid, but assuming you can prove it was invalid, they'll refund you the money, so you're not out of pocket, and that's fine. That works okay. The biggest losers in all of this tend to be the developers and the publishers. They're the ones who tend to lose, because particularly when it comes to a stolen credit card sale, what's happened is somebody's used a stolen credit card, bought a bunch of keys with it, dumped the keys onto a marketplace, sold the goods, to which somebody's bought the goods, they've installed the game, carried on playing it, then the credit card company's gone, hang on a minute, these credit card purchases are not valid. This is a stolen credit card. We want our money back. And it ends up being the developer who gets charged for the key. So, as a developer, you're selling your game keys, they get bought with a stolen credit card, sold on a marketplace, and then you end up having to pay the credit card company back for the fraudulent transaction, which is, yeah, it's a bit interesting. There's a lot more to it than this. I'm only paraphrasing it. You can definitely go and read up about it. But that's what's happening. That's the kind of thing that's happening in the real world right now. Is there was even one developer that went on record as saying, I would rather you played a stolen copy of my game than bought it on G2A. That's what he said. Now, he was using G2A, but like I say, there are other key markets out there. I know of a few of them. You've got your, I think it's CD Keys. You've got your MMOGA, I think it is. I think you've got Kinguin. They're the other big player. You've got a few of them. G2A not the only ones, and I'm not having a stab at G2A. I'm just saying that this is the reality of what is going on when you're buying a cheap game from a marketplace. Yep, you may get a perfectly valid purchase, but you may not. And your purchase may end up hurting a developer because, well, that just happens to be one of the ones that was stolen. Anyway, I decided that I kind of didn't want to be behind all of this. I work in the gaming industry now, whether I like it or not, and I do like it, by the way, but I work in the gaming industry. I make videos and I stream for entertainment. That's what I do. And the whole industry is one massive ecosystem. Now if I want to, I can be really unscrupulous about the people I choose to work with and just, whoa, cut me up, dude. If I want to, I can just make money and, you know, some people can do that and sleep like a baby at night. That's not me. That's not what I'm doing. That's not why I'm here. That's not what I'm about. I decided that that wasn't the way I wanted to go. So, at a financial loss to me, I cancelled my contract with G2A. And that's the reality of it. It is quite literally cost me money not to be with G2A because they were paying me money. They were paying me money to put their brand in front of you. And, you know, I was doing that on the basis that I thought it was a good thing. Maybe it used to be a good thing, but I don't think it's a good thing anymore. So I cancelled my contract. It's up to you where you buy your games from. It really is. But you may wish to sort of look into this side of things, look into what is actually going on. I spoke to a guy I've known for quite a number of years now, Level Cap. He's another YouTuber, and he made a video called Den of Thieves, I think it was called. He made a video about it all, and I listened to that, and I spoke to him, and I started to read up on all this stuff, and I learnt some things. I learnt about the whole game key market, the grey market as they call it. Let me quickly check the map here, because we are going to have to sleep soon. We should probably also go via Roadclaw. Just go in there. Yep, that should do. I educated myself on the whole thing, and yet, you know, if I put my hand up, I will say to you, I was, in a way, living in ignorance of what was going on in the grey market. You know, just kind of go, yeah, it can't be that bad. Well, actually, it is bad. So I spoke to some developers as well. I even spoke to some game key companies. I spoke to people like Level Cap. I got opinions. I formed my own opinions. And then I made some decisions about what I was prepared to do and what I represent. And it ended up with me cancelling my contract. Since then, I've been looking around for somebody to work with that doesn't operate a grey market, because, okay, if you buy a game on Steam, you know it's a legitimate key. So if you buy something directly on Steam, it's fine. It's 100% fine. The keys, the sales are put there from the developers, and it's a legitimate sale every time. But Steam, apart from the Steam sales, Steam isn't always the best place to buy from, you know? It's not always the cheapest place either. That is a beautiful sunset. Oh my god, look at that. That is outrageously good. So I was looking around for somebody to work with. Somebody that does sell game keys, sells them cheaper than Steam, and is aligned to the way that I think, which is, I'm not going anywhere near a game key market. I want to support the developers and the publishers and make sure that the things that we sell are straight from those guys. But, you know, things are going to be cheaper than Steam, etc, etc. Now obviously, when you buy a key, things sometimes go wrong. And if they go wrong, what's the customer support like behind it? If you buy a key and then you don't get your key and you want to know why, how good are the people there that are going to tell you what's gone wrong? Or when you're going to get your key, blah blah blah. So I looked into all that side as well. When I was lining up people to work with, I went through and I bought games from them on their website. And friends of mine did exactly the same, and we sort of compared notes and said, well, what's your experience when you bought the key? How quickly did you get the key? You know, if you didn't get the key and you spoke to customer services, how long did it take for you to get a reply? And we did exactly that. And in the end, I narrowed it down to one company. And it just so happens that they're based in the UK, the same as me. The company I decided to work with is called Games Planet. Games Planet have been around for about 10 years. I think they started in 2006. I've spoke to them. I know what they're about. They only sell legitimate keys and they do not operate a marketplace. They offer a percentage off games. You will be able to find a better price somewhere on the internet. I will almost guarantee this. If you look, particularly if you go to like G2A or Kingwin, you'll be able to find a better price. But if you buy a key from these guys, you know that that is a valid key. I bought a key. I went on there, I think I bought Mafia 3. And I got the key within 5 minutes. And that was off a brand new account. A friend of mine did exactly the same thing. He got his key within 5 minutes. We tried some other sites. It took 4 days for us to get a key. 4 days. And the customer support didn't reply for over 24 hours. A friend of mine contacted customer support at Games Planet. He got a response within 15 minutes. You know, so I know... Wow, it's just amazing, isn't it? I know that I'm working with a good company. Now, as I say, I am seriously not going to do the sales pitch on you guys, because that's not what I'm about. But if you want to, in the video description you will find a link to my Games Planet affiliation link, if you want to call it that. It means quite simply this: if you click the link and then you buy something, then it credits it to me, right? Which then helps me a little bit. I get a very small little kickback off from that, like 50 pence or something. Doesn't cost you anything else at all. If you don't want to click the link, that's fine. If you want to go straight to Games Planet and buy the game anyway without clicking the link, that's fine. I don't benefit from that, but that's cool. I can hand on heart say to you that you're with a good company and you're going to get a legitimate key. But if you want to support what I'm doing, if you think I've made the right choice and you want to help me out, click the link before you buy something. That's it. That's all I have to say. I'm not going to say anything else. Some of you guys are great supporters of this channel. I already know that. Some of you will never click that link. I know that too. You know, we all live in the real world. But I'm telling you now that if you want to buy a game, have a look there first before you buy it on Steam. Because unless Steam has got a big sale on, chances are it's going to be cheaper than Steam. For example, Mafia 3 was £40, I think it was, on Steam. On Games Planet it was selling it for $32.50, I think it was. Which is quite a saving, you know. Now my particular link will take you straight to the simulation section. So it'll list all the simulator games that that you've seen me play. Games like OMSI and Firmbus and Eurotruck and all the rest of it. Farming Sim's on there. In fact, Farming Sim is a classic example because Farm Sim 17 is about to come out. And not only will they give you 17% off, but if you use my code, this is if you're thinking of playing Farm Sim, by the way, Farm Sim 17. If you use my code, you will actually get 20% off the game, which is just about as cheap as you're ever going to find it. I'll leave the code in the video description in case you want to do that, because I've just mentioned it and I can't remember what the code is exactly, so I will put that in the video description. But that basically wraps up the whole story of why you don't see my G2A branding anymore, and what has happened there. I'm not going to dwell on the subject. I'm not going to go on about it anymore. And if you want to know more about the whole grey key thing, then the grey market, I should say. You know, like I said, there's plenty of sites out there with loads of information. And there's also Level Cap's video, Den of Thieves, which will give you a nice high-level overview of what's going on. Maybe it will make you change your behaviour. Maybe you will buy keys in a different way. Maybe you don't care. Everybody has their own kind of take on this kind of thing. But for my part, for my own personal part, I don't want to be getting keys off a grey market anymore, because as far as I'm concerned, if I do, then I'm probably supporting fraud at some point, because 1 in 10 games maybe I'll buy might be a fraudulent key. Who knows? Thing is, I'll never find out about it anyway, because I'd just, like I say, I'd be protected by a G2A shield or something, or even my credit card would protect me, but that isn't the point. It's the damage that's being done underneath. That's the point. But as long as there are buyers, there will be sellers. That is a fact of life. Anyway, Games Planet, use my link if you want to buy a legitimate key with good customer service and you want to support me. If that's what you want to do, click the link before you buy a game there, and I thank you very much if you do. But let's move on from that. We're 129 Ks away. I thought my guy would actually need to rest, but it turns out that he doesn't, which is okay. I've enjoyed driving this Scania 143, but I'm definitely looking forward to the Scania 4. If you look at the Scania 4 that they've done, that RGL's done, it's not too dissimilar to this, funnily enough, but it's done a bit better. It's just done nicer. I think I read on his forum post, by the way, if you do want to drive the Scania 4 before I pick it up, I have put it onto my mod spreadsheet. If you look for Scania RJL in my mod spreadsheet, which is at mods.squirrel.tv, as I'm sure you know, if you look at the Scania RGL links, you'll see Scania RGL 4 series, and on his page, like, it basically says, this was a private mod. I wasn't going to upload this, but somebody leaked it and uploaded it, so I thought I'd upload it anyway. Which is really weird, because if it was a private mod, then how did anybody else get hold of it anyway? So I don't quite understand that bit, but the fact is, he's basically saying, this is my Scania 4 mod, I wasn't planning on releasing it, so don't ask me to support it. Now that itself makes it a bit of a risk for me, because I could be using this mod and then, you know, 126 of Euro Truck comes out, it breaks, he doesn't update it, and, well, I've got a problem, haven't I? Quick U-turn outside the Volvo dealer. But I think it's a risk worth taking, because it looks like a great truck. I actually fancied... The other thing I was thinking of doing was the Scania Mod T, but I thought, the Mod T doesn't really fit with me starting out. You know, because what we're doing here in Trucking Diaries EU, what we're doing is building a company up from nothing. That's essentially what I'm doing. Now, I didn't want to start with a brand new Scania T when I'm only like level, whatever I am, level 8 or something. I thought to myself, nah. Now, I may go a Scania T later in life, like later further down the line, but right now it didn't feel like the right thing to do. So then I looked at the P and the G class, which I do like, by the way. The Scania P and G class, they're really nice, kind of boxy workhorse trucks. But when I looked at the mod, it kind of gave me the impression that it wasn't being supported anymore, which is a real shame. To watch my speed, because the speed camera's here. So in the end, I decided to go for the Scania 4. Look at that poster. Opoluj Okagje. Or whatever that says. So yeah, I'm not gonna have much money. It's gonna clean the money out when I do buy the Scania 4, and configuration wise, I'm not really gonna be able to put much on there. Like, I'm gonna have a fairly small engine. If I'm lucky, I'll be able to paint a couple of panels. But, you know, it's kind of worth it, I think. It'll be a nice truck to drive. McDonald's and Tesco. Fantastic. Do you know what I'm noticing? How long it's taking the sun to set. It really is. I'll tell you what though, I hope the Scania 4 has more punch than this. Because this thing really struggles to pull. I mean, I've got an 8-ton trailer here. And I don't know, I think it might just be the gear ratios. But I'm in 5L, flat on the floor, and I'm just about able to keep my speed going. So hopefully I have more torque. Wow, look at that guy. Now that was actually cool. You don't often see that in the game. But what you've got there was one van driver going along and a car was doing a higher speed. And you see this on the motorway. He came right up behind him, tailgated him, probably started flashing his lights, and then the other guy moved over. That was actually decent AI driving. And that's not something I've said for a while. See where we are, 96 Ks. Down the A4. Let's put it on that view. Yeah, I think probably remaining 6 hours driving, so we're going to be like 1 AM before we get there, something like that. Most of it's just the A4, so we should be able to cruise on down, and then we'll probably due a rest, so we'll get down there, we'll be due a rest, and then I'll see what the money situation's like, see if we can afford to drive straight to Dresden and get ourselves another truck, which would be in the next episode I think, but hopefully we can do that. In terms of the loan situation, I'm completely maxed out on loans, as you probably are aware. We have 2 drivers working for us and 2 trucks. We're pretty far off paying off the debts right now. It's always like this game. It's very strange, Euro Truck. It's in the beginning, it's super hard to make money. You kind of saddle down with these loan repayments that, quite frankly, their interest rates are insane. For the amount of money you're borrowing, the interest rates are crazy. Particularly considering that your loan is secured on the property and secured on the truck. So it's like a secured loan, and secured loans always have a lower interest rate. But those interest rates really cripple you. And then you get to this point after about 5 or 6 trucks where the income you get from those drivers starts to quickly accumulate. And by the end of 1 week, you're able to just pay off a loan. And then once you've paid the loans off, the money starts to flow in, and then you're able to buy more trucks and then pay off that loan. And very quickly, you accumulate insane amounts of money. Like, I think on my main account now, somebody came on the stream and they're like, where do you get all your money from? Because I've got like 350 million or something. Where do you get all the money from? Is that a money cheat? I'm like, no. I've been playing the game for over 3 years. Alright. Looks like a money cheat to me. Like, if you want to see a money cheat, I've got a profile with 16 trillion. That's a money cheat. But that's always been an issue. There's never been an end game. It's a very difficult start. The middle game involves finishing off your unlocks, you know, getting all the different accessories that you can drive, and then the end game doesn't exist. There's no challenge. The only challenges that are left are either Steam achievements or, you know, discoverables, like how much road you've driven down, or discovering all the cities. But then if you keep adding on pro mods and things like this, then you can more or less not run out of places to visit. So yeah, that's the kind of gameplay that I would like to see rebalanced, you know. Make it a little bit easier at the start and make it more challenging towards the end. I love the way the purple sky is kind of given way to kind of a midnight blue. Oh, here's the city, look. It's a Gorzalek. Hear all already. What's that flashing road sign? No. Can't quite make out what that says. Welcome something? Right, 40k speed limit. Well, it kind of looks like we've got there without any problems, to be honest. Like, there's no scrapes, no bumps. Famous last words and all that, but quite a smooth run, to be honest. Yeah, look at that. Did you feel a struggle? For 8 tons, that's way too much of a struggle. I was well within the torque band. Okay, looks like we've got a right turn, and then we're in another discovered city. GG. It's very quiet in here. There's hardly any vehicles around. Castorama. Some nice detail here. Media Markt. That's one of those, like an AV type shop, I think. I'm sure I saw one of those in Germany when I was in, I think it was Cologne had one of those. It's like sell televisions and that kind of thing. Ah, the golden arches again. They get everywhere, they really do. It looks like we're actually dropping off next to the McDonald's. Hang on a minute, was our trailer full of veal or was that a different one? Oh, maple syrup. Okay, so it must be for all the pancakes then. Oh boy, this looks like a fun drop. Wait, what? Is it me or does that guy look like he's in the way? What the heck? What? Where are we actually going here? Apparently we're going over there somewhere. I'm about to wipe out this sign. Blimey. Okay. Well, I did say famous last words. Oh, it's all gone swimmingly well, and then boom. Almost certain to take a sign with me today. Oh my god. Is this right? Are we really meant to be going down here? Look at this! What the heck? How am I expected to thread my truck through this? I'm guessing I'm reversing down there. I really am guessing, because normally I'd have a flashing green thing, but I don't have a flashing green thing. Wow, there's just no room here whatsoever. I blame all the guys at McDonald's. Oops, hello. Not enough revs. Right, I'm going to reverse it down the side of here and just absolutely hope that this is what I'm meant to be doing. Because right now, I actually don't know. Oh, I think I might have started that too early. Wait a sec, wait a sec. No, we're all good. Now I'm actually happy that I've got a super short trailer. Let me see if I can get... Yeah, there it is. Look, there's the markers. Right, I've come to the right place. That's the main thing. Blimey, what a drop-off. We got this now. Yeah, if I'd have come down here with a full-length trailer, this could have got really interesting. Try not to take out the security camera. There we go. Wow. I can't believe that drop-off. Stay couple. How much XP have we got? Oh, 11,800 though. We'll take that. That's brought us up to 62,000. Let's pull out of here. What an absolutely crazy drop-off. That is one of the most insane drop-offs. Look at the state of that. To be honest, the thing that's crazy about it the most is this. Hauling a trailer between these cars? Just no way. I don't even know how we're fit down there. Alright, let's turn right. There's a mechanic round the corner. Just the right and the left. There he is. Actually, I think he's just a mechanic. I can't actually rest here. Wow, look at that for a mechanic. That is hilarious. I was kind of hoping I could rest, but I don't think I can. In fact, if you look, there are not many places you can rest around here. How far is he off resting? 1.5 hours. I don't think there's anywhere to sleep in this town. There really isn't. I'd have to drive out to here. Okay. Well, I'll do that in the next video, I think. We'll stop here. My guy's yawning. What I'll do is I'll drive it over and go and get some sleep. But yeah, that concludes this episode of Trucking Diaries. I hope you enjoyed that one. We'll review the finances at the next video, and we'll see if we've got enough to go and drive down to Dresden and get another truck, or whether we need to just do one more quick job first or not. Hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Like I say, there is a link in the video description to the Games Planet stuff if you want to help me out. And also get some nice games for yourselves. But whatever you decide to do, take care. Happy trucking.